Let me hit that before you pass it to me. Hurry up. Let me see. I gotta feel it, huh? Dustin, you crazy motherfucker, you. You thought I forgot about your ass. I'm gonna come at you like Bernie Mac. I got a feeling. Did you mean Adam Thielen or did you really have? Hey, but no. With all seriousness, hey, I hope everybody's well. Y'all already know who I am. 2017 commish and your boy, Upside Your Head, aka D Knox. Hey man, and I'm just gonna drop off a video. Y'all know I'm busy just like y'all. Sorry it was so late, but I just want to cover a couple things. Going into this playoff week, a little season recap, and then ending off with the off season and expectations. Okay. With that being said, I think this year regular season went fairly well. I think it was really competitive. Obviously down the stretch, Zummies at number one. I got lucky, I guess. I mean, I had a lot of points. But I stole number 4. I thought Cattle would have got me. I beat Cattle by like 0.6. But either way. I just want to talk about the playoff bracket. So right now we're looking at Zummy, Nofke, Cody, and myself. Obviously, I sent out a text in the group message about the little dilemma. A couple people got an issue with it. I personally don't care. However, it seems like Zummy don't care. Nofke, whenever you get time, let me know so we can so I can reshuffle this if need be. If not, that's what the computer said. I just don't want anybody to think I'm doing any funny shit because I told everybody all season it would be the top 4 teams. I assume that's how they would have, what do you call it? Numbered them, positioned them, ranked them, basically. How they would rank them, and obviously Zummy, Cody, Nofke would be 3 and I would be 4. But however, since I was the winner of my division, I was second, which obviously threw that off. But like I said, all y'all got some scary ass teams. I got a couple injured key players. At this time, I'm just gonna leave it in the fantasy gods if it's meant to be. If not, I made a good run. I am a little bit salty, Nofke. You know, you're my brother, my nigga. You beat me by 0.6, not a whole point, a sixth of a point for points leader. And going into that week, I counted the points. I was like 71, 72 point lead. So Nofke's team went off for like 220, which, hey, the Steelers, man, if they can keep rolling like this, I don't think anybody can beat you. However, if these motherfuckers run into a 13-10 game, 17-10 game, I don't know, man, you might fall just short. I don't know. But thus far, you've been doing pretty good in both leagues, might I add. But moving on. So, get back with me about that. Obviously, the 2 winners of whoever plays each other this week will play in the championship next week. And then there we will be crowned our 2017 Clinton County champs. Constellation bracket. I'm not going to move anything. They already got it set up the way that I want to set it up. I'm the commissioner right now. In the off season, we're supposed to change commissioners from myself to Brandon. I don't know if things are still gonna be like that. I'll get with him and we'll make the determination and let you guys know as soon as possible. What we trying to do here is we want to build something where we can do every year and enjoy it with a group of guys that we like, hanging out with. But we also obviously want to have good, I guess, bylaws and rules that are fair for everyone, so this can be a annual type of thing and we can grow on it like one of those nice 20-year fantasy league teams. But anyway, so I'm sorry, excuse me, you gotta excuse me, get on top. But constellation bracket, so that's gonna include Brandon, Kurt, D's Nuts, which is my brother LaRon, and Dustin. That's the constellation bracket. Catto has already punched his ticket for the number 1 overall pick, and Cody Lowe's team is the number 2 pick. I don't think Cody Lowe is coming back next year. I'm pretty sure even if he wanted to, he's not going to be allowed to, just because I like good competitive leagues and stuff like that. Just it's not acceptable. So therefore, if you guys have somebody in mind, I want to at least at the minimum keep it at a 10 owner league at minimum. I can't do 8. If we're gonna do 8, we might as well have a fucking super flex where you can put a quarterback in. I mean, it's just too many people out there. It's just fucking put people in and get lucky rather than strategy. I really want to go to a 12-person league. I'm pretty sure I would prefer that they come from the Clinton County area. I got a couple in mind that's in that area. To get 12, that way it can be cut and dry. The division, it's going to be 4 divisions. Obviously, 3 times 4 is 12. 4 divisions. The winner of that division is automatically in. The top 2 scores, records, between those division leaders will have a bye week. And then we'll add 2 more wild card. And so we have a wild, just like the NFL, wild card, and then division, and then the championship. But we can go more about that later. I don't want to spend too much time. But the thing I do want to talk about, and I'm not going to do it this year, but I want to bring it up because I think it's a good idea. Basically, wherever you finish is where you finish. Like I said, Cody and Cato's team already got a lock for first and second. So in this bracket, it's gonna have to be, I guess, whoever loses twice is gonna be the number 3 spot. Whoever, I guess, I don't know how we would determine that, and that's why next year I just don't want to throw a rule in at the end of the year because I don't even want to hear the bullshit. Next year, I think the constellation bracket should be where you pick in the draft the following year. For example, it's Brandon, Kurt, D's Nuts, and Dustin. I'm just going to use this since this constellation bracket this year. If Brandon beat Kurt and then D's Nuts beat Dustin, obviously Brandon would play D's Nuts, LaRon. The winner of that, obviously they won the constellation bracket. They would automatically get 3. LaRon lost, which he was the runner-up in the constellation bracket. He would get 4. And then the person third place out of the constellation would get 5. And then the person who just was shitty in the constellation playoffs would get 6th. And obviously the same thing with the winning bracket. Obviously the champion is going to get the last pick every year. I just think that's how it should be. If you guys got any other suggestions, I'm all ears. But like I said, we're gonna be changing commissioners, or supposed to, in the off season. But moving on. So, we just talked about that. Payouts. First off, I want to congratulate EWB. He is the best record, #1 overall team this year in our fantasy league, and my boy Nofke with the most points in the league. And I'm not going to go into detail. Fuck that! I'm going into detail because this shit bothering me, dude. I had a motherfucking 70-point lead. 70-point lead. I was putting up some nice points. Couple average weeks, and this what happened. This motherfucker caught me with Kenyon Drake on Monday, basically. And Brandon Cooks didn't do shit. 70 points, and he ended up beating me by 0.6, dude. That's how competitive this shit is. I mean, he basically just got his buy-in paid for. So he free rolling. He free rolling, Zummy free rolling. However, we still got 2 more places to pay out, and that would be first place, which would be $150, and second place would be $50. I repeat, first $150, second you're getting $50, which is double your buy-in or league fee. Excuse me. However, I will pay those. I don't even know when the fucking what is December 11th, 14th? I think it's after Christmas. I think week 16 ends after or on Christmas. So I will pay everybody after Christmas. I want to pay everything through PayPal, and I'm being serious. If you ain't listening, listen now. I don't like fucking money transaction. I think everybody, it's just easier to fucking move money around like this in the league through PayPal, in my opinion. Especially since there's a distance thing and I don't get to see you great fellas every day. Well, Cody pretty much every day, but you know what I mean? So that's something that we can talk about and consider. That way everybody can pay their league fees to the commissioner or treasurer through PayPal, and then you can disperse the monies. I just think it's way easier, less of a headache, whatever. With that being said, there's also something that I feel like we need to talk about. I don't like it. I don't know. I know Dustin. Hey, like I said, prayers to you. And I know for a fact, because I've been in this league for a while, about the picking somebody off free agency. It just looked weird. It just looked funny. I don't think nobody would do it. But however, to keep the shit from happening, I think there need to be some type of penalty. I don't know what. I mean, you could do money. Maybe like, I don't know. I mean, I just don't want to take the fun out of this. You know what I'm saying? But either way, we'll talk about it amongst, once we all together face to face. I mean, it's just, we don't want to do anything to jeopardize the integrity of the league. That's all I'm saying. That's when the shit really starts not being fun, which is why I brought up what y'all want to do about the bracket system, because I don't want to create drama, dude. I do this to have fun, maybe win a little extra cash, whatever the case may be. Keepers. Oh wait, before I get to keepers. Alright, so obviously Cody been saying he's gonna win this thing since draft day. He started off pretty good and it was really convincing for a while. Obviously he came back to earth with the rest of us. Like I said, out of those 4 teams, I could be real cocky and say I'm gonna win. I don't know, man. It's fucking been a crazy fantasy year. I don't know. Out of those 4 teams, whoever wins it really deserves it. I think everybody showed flashes throughout the year that they got a pretty solid team. With that being said, Cody, and I think it's a pretty fair idea. However, I really need feedback from this video. Something. Please tell me something. Take like a couple seconds, minute, 30, 60 seconds to say something that you like, dislike, that you agree with, that you don't agree with. Like I said, we trying to get this shit fixed as fast as possible. But either way, the winner of the league each year should be able to either add, or take away a rule. For example, right now we have 2 keepers. I'll just use Cody for example. If he may want to make it 4 keepers. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. However, if the majority is, like I said, I just really don't want to change a whole lot of stuff. However, I did tell him he wanted to make a rule like if he was the champion, Nofke couldn't have any Steelers on his team. Nofke, if you cool with that, hey, I'm cool with it too. I really would like AB on my squad, but anyway, that's just something. It's just any type of rule change, and we don't need to get too many examples. However, I honestly think that it ain't a bad idea to just add a couple keepers, maybe 1 or 2 at the most. I think anything more than 4 in a 10-man league is just not right. And then, I mean, if we're considering possibly making it 12, which I think Dustin is pretty much against. I would prefer 12, but like I said, we can do majority rules. But if 10, I think 3, 4 is either way. If everybody went, because last year everybody's supposed to keep 5. However, we lost half the league, and I felt like 2 was fair. And then it seems like we're only going to be missing 1 out of the 10, so we're going to have 9 people returning. To my knowledge, I think even though Cato had a disappointing season, I think he had a pretty fair team, and he put up some points. He just got matched up against the wrong guys most weeks. So we're gonna have 9 people. So I think if people wanna, just go ahead, comment that. If you want to keep the keepers the same, say keep them the same. If you want to go to 3, say 3 keepers. If you want to go to 4, say 4 keepers. If you think it should be more, I'm gonna say you're ridiculous. And I don't know. I don't know. 5, I think it's just stupid. I mean, but either way, if you want to say 5, say 5. Off season. All right. So championships here. I'm gonna be here throwing Cody's popcorn. Need my belt, Brandon, or I'm gonna get a trophy. Either way, after that shit's over, we got an off season. Obviously, in the off season, nobody's gonna be talking about fantasy. Fantasy football is gonna be over. We might be doing some daily. Obviously, we're gonna be into football because the playoffs are the shit. However, fantasy season is over. Obviously, it doesn't come back until about July. I think July is whenever most people start chirping about it. So July, I think, should be, and it's going to be determined. And I'll make sure that I'll send it in the group text and on the Flea Flicker website notes or whatever, commissioner notes, of when the keeper date is. So whatever we decide for keepers before the off season hits, 2, 3, 4 is my suggestion. We're gonna have a date sometime in July where you have to put who your keepers are so we can throw the rest of your team back in the pool. And obviously we have to have a new owner, so he's basically gonna take over Cody's team so he can keep any keepers from that team. That way everybody ain't gotta fucking change everything. And then obviously he'll get pick number 2, and then we can go from there. But keepers and trades. I'm sorry, trades is also a big one. So once after the championship, it's going to be open to trade because we got draft picks. Remember, you can't trade any draft picks later than 2018. So you can only trade 2018 draft picks, correct? All right. However, if you got a bomb ass team like a couple people do and got some nice keeper value and somebody wants them, I mean, wheel and deal. But when that keeper date in July starts, there's no more trading. All right, there's no more trading. Excuse me. As fun as it was this past draft to mix and match and trade some shit in the middle of the draft, it was a headache. So we will cut that out. We can't do that anymore. It just, first of all, it drug out. Cattle had to be at work. I felt bad, and it's just a headache. So now we got a real off season where if you're gonna make some moves, you need to do that shit right there because you're not once the keeper deadline starts and then the draft, after you draft, then you can trade again. But we'll get more into that. Sorry. I already talked about Brand being the commish. Cody, Cattle. Oh, Cattle. I mean, there's no changing it because you and Cody don't play anybody on record. So you have the first pick in the draft, which means you're going to get a nice little trophy. I got this nice little trophy for you, bruh. And unfortunately, whoever wins this thing, they get to name your team next year. I mean, obviously, I want it kind of like Kurt or somebody to lose or be the worst in the league. But, hey, whoever that is, they probably going to have a little mercy on you because obviously everybody cool with you. So I don't know, maybe not. Maybe they got some funny names for you. But you don't get to name your team. They get to name your team, and they can keep changing your team's name the rest of the year. They just send you a message and be like, change your team to this. All right? So that's that rule. The belt and the trophy. Brandon said he had a belt. I'm real close to just buying a trophy just because we can see the engravings of each past year's champion. Like I said, man, I want this thing to grow like 20 years. That'd be dope. And then see all the past champions. First year was Nofke. Obviously, I was last year. Both of us in the hunt this year. So we got 2 newbies. So we don't know what's going to happen. It might be a repeat of a champion. Might be a previous champion. Might be a new champ. Either way, we got to figure it out. But I think that's about all I got, fellas, man. Just good luck. And before I let you guys go, man, I got a couple bold predictions. First, I got to say, man, it was a crazy season, man. Man, I'm talking about within our fantasy league, our fantasy season, obviously with the crazy-ass draft. Dustin trades Zeke. Fucking Cody benefits from it. I mean, I probably would have traded him too. It was crazy. Either way, fucking, I think did he get Amari Cooper? I think he got Amari Cooper, and that hasn't worked out well. And, I mean, it's just been an up and down year. I mean, it's just it's a crapshoot. You don't know what's what. Now Zeke's gone, and Cody been struggling. It's been showing. I mean, it's been crazy. Just a crazy, crazy year. But some of my bold predictions is I think Dustin will not get the 3rd overall pick. I think he's going to win another game in the constellation bracket. I think that Steelers and Patriots game. I think that Steelers and Patriots game is going to be low scoring. I think an over-under about 33. It's going to be low, like a weird low scoring game, which should be interesting. I think the Oakland-Dallas game on Sunday night, I think that motherfucker could be some fireworks. it's possible because I don't know. David Carr got to bring it. Either way, I'm not gonna jinx myself and say that I don't even know who I'm playing because we're still waiting on Nofke's thing. Right now, I'm playing Cody. I mean, we match up well. I don't try not to go off these projections as much because they always wrong. But either way, man, I like my chances against anybody, and it just comes down to who goes off and who does or doesn't get hurt. But I think that the championship, whoever goes to the championship, I think it's gonna come down to like 10 points though. I think that's a fair, bold prediction. Whoever those two teams in the championship, it's gonna be like a nail biter. It might come down to Monday night. If I make it to the championship, I'm playing somebody that Monday night just so it'll be fun. But with that being said, man, I'm just gonna wrap it up, man. I hope it wasn't too long. However, I had a lot to say. Please let me know what y'all think. Like I said, suggestions, comments. You know, this is my second time ever being a commissioner. I'm just trying to keep things on the right path so we can grow as a league. With that being said, man, I know we had a couple, family issues out there. Cody had some family issues. It's everybody, man. I just want to just pray for all y'all, for real, man. And I mean, I know we talk shit, but at the end of the day, man, we brothers, man, and we've been kicking and doing a lot of crazy shit with each other, Obviously, the ones from Clinton County more so than not. But man, I just want to pray, send my prayers, tell y'all thank you, I love you, and best of luck, you ugly motherfuckers. Out.